Okay, I think we got it this time. Hello. Alright, on the bench right now we have a sick motherboard, logic board, whatever you want to call it, from a A1502 MacBook Pro Retina. This is a 2014 board, so it's an 820-3476 board. The complaint is it's not working. Of course it's not working. Why would it be on my bench if it was working? Anyway, I decided to pull the board because the computer is not turning on. It is getting a fan spin. We're going to see how much current it's drawing, and from that we can easily determine what's wrong with this board magically without even having a chassis. So a top case and a screen, just by how much current it's drawing. I've done research, I've attended online repair forums, I've fixed hundreds of these boards, so I'm to the point with these older ones that I don't need to have the whole computer to diagnose it. Now that's not bragging, it's just experience. So for some of you newer repair folks that are still working on these boards, this hopefully will give you a clue as to shortcuts to doing repair, because repairing this board, in all honesty, should not take you longer than a half an hour. If it's taking you a week, you need to do some more research, studying, watching videos, attending repair forums, etc. With that said, I'm going to turn on the power supply now. And you will see we are getting a charge light. This board is drawing and the fan is spinning, which most people would say, oh, it's working. No, it's not. These boards will typically draw 500 milliamps, give or take, when they are booting on, or when they're booting, excuse me, to an OS. This one's drawing 172 milliamps. I have a broken USB stick. Not broken, but I took the cover off so I can see the light. When this board is booting up, that light should be blinking, showing that this is trying to search for, it's loading a OS, because I have a Mac OS on this USB drive. So if you plug it into a working board, it'll start blinking. That'll tell you that we have CPU functions. Obviously the fan is spinning, but this is not blinking, and it's drawing 170 milliamps, which means this board is sick and is not booting up. Now, going just from the current, you can tell that it's probably missing ALSYS power grid, which comes from U1950. Now, we're going to take a real quick shortcut because, like I said, this should not take you 3 hours to diagnose. This is like a 10-minute job. Thank you for interrupting my video. Hopefully my microscope is not going to work because I still have to put an HDMI cable in. The USB cable is loose, and every time I move the microphone it disconnects. We're going to flip the board over and go straight to U1950. I think it's called U1950 on this board. Okay, that's super clear for me and blurry for you. Now what you see there, some nice green corrosion. Now that corrosion is more than likely, I'm not going to say it's the sole cause of this board not turning on, but I will say there's definitely a contributor. Now I'm going to look at the board view and schematic. I'm not going to show that. Let me see. Kind of forgot my way here. Oh, here we go. I'm moving files around on my computer trying to organize, and now I'm hiding stuff from myself. Alright. Opening up the board view and the schematic for a 3476. I just want to double check. Yeah, it's still called U1950 on this board. And that pin is PB3V42_G3 hot. The pin that is corroded, that's pin 8 on this chip. Which is not good because pin 8 is the quote-unquote VN for U1950. So PB3V42 is coming into this chip via pin 8. Well, if that's corroded, our poor little U1950 cannot get its 3.42 volts to operate and to send the signals along that it needs to say, hey, this computer's all good. So what we're going to do is we're going to rip U1950 off, and we don't know if it's bad or not, but we're going to assume that that chip is no longer viable, and we're going to remove it. We're going to put another one on, and we're going to see if this board comes back. Alright, so where is my... Alright, see, I got my hot air and everything on. We're going to turn the heat up. We like it nice and hot. I mean, I could, in all reality, do a reflow, but I'm going to end up removing that chip anyway because I don't think that's going to be very reliable. Plus, I want to see if the pin or if the pad is corroded. Oh, let's turn on turn on my fume extractor here. It's kind of an impromptu video, so I apologize for my clumsiness here. Yeah, you can see all that nice green, angry corrosion. There's our pin 1 right there on the bottom left. So we'll make a note of that. And yeah, would you look at that? So obviously we're not getting our 3.42 volts to our U1950. How is that chip going to work if it can't get its power? It's kind of like you trying to turn a light switch on in your house when there's no power going to the light switch. It cannot pass the power on when you turn the switch on. It cannot pass the power on to the rest of the board. We're going to gently work this area and see if we got a little bit of pad left there, which we do. If not, it goes to this capacitor right here so that we could jumper it if we needed to, which is okay. And we're going to have to, because as you can see, that pad we just scraped that pad off, and that's okay, because I would rather do that and scrape it off here in my shop and then fix it with a jumper wire than me try to delicately repair it and then give it back to the customer, and they come back a week later and say, hey, it's not working again. This is now a warranty repair. That's what I do not want to happen. So we're going to fix it with a wire, and hopefully we will see a nice blinky USB activity. Just going to get all the lead-free solder off this area. I want, if any of those other pads are going to rip, I want them to rip now, not later, when I can do something about it. Sorry for the blurriness. Turn my light down a little bit. Yeah, if that's doing a whole lot of good. yeah, just a quick video. I'm not going to sit and reassemble the whole entire machine. I may put the board in temporarily so we can see a question mark folder. We're going to go ahead and scrape that trace. I might even use one of my soldering lugs. You know what? I've got a grinding pen. Let's use that. It's not working. Being a little aggressive. There we go. It's probably good enough. Yeah. Trying to make it super blurry. All right. I still got my keyboard on my lap. Now that chip is like it's got 8 flat pads on the bottom, so you usually just put little pillows here on the pads on the board, and then you just set the chip on top of it as you flow it back into place. Hey now. Wasn't intentionally trying to remove you. Oh, you're broken too, so guess what? We're gonna replace you too. I just saw your end cap break off. Yeah, we'll fix you. We'll replace you too. Why not? Make myself into a liar. This shouldn't take you more than half an hour, and it takes me an hour-long video to fix this. See if I got I had square pads, don't I? There's some square pads somewhere. Yep. Ooh, those are like perfect size. Okay, so these are all circles. Those are circles. Need squares, man. Okay, see if I can get those out with a Sharpie or a X-Acto. Well, it's knocked the whole leg off of him, but that's okay as long as we stay attached. Okay, well, we lost that lug. Where'd you go? Okay. Plan B. I can never get those lugs to work. I don't know why. I love the idea, the thought of them, but when in doubt, just go back to a wire. Guess I've been using wires too long. Just fold it up into a little ball. There we go. Wow, this really does not want to cooperate with me. Way too much solder. There we go. Oh, I so need a proper fume extractor. I hate this little Hacko fan. It's big, boxy, always in the way. All right, let's grab a donor board. You can use that. A lot of MacBooks have that chip on them. Lots and lots of them use it, so you can get them new as well. I have a bunch of new ones, but I like to use the donors because I have them. Except for that one. That one doesn't look spectacular. He'll work. Might even be more than one on each board, like one or two. We're going to take that resistor as well. We need that resistor. Alright, bring our patient board back. I think I'm going to replace U1950 first, and then I'll do the resistor. Let's hope to God our little jumper doesn't fly away. Focus here so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, that. See if we can blast that resistor into place real quick. Without disturbing U1950 too bad. Alright, let's see if I can pull the camera gently away from the table. I want to check the pads on here and make sure we did a good job. Acceptable. Maybe clean it real quick and see. I'm not going to move the camera real quick. I'll leave the camera where it is and try to clean this up a little bit real fast. Yeah, it looks like we have decent connections, not the best. Clean it up a little bit. Yeah, probably need to clean it up a little. Alright, well, let's power it on real quick and see what happens. If that works, we'll call this a win. Probably clean that area up a little better. See if I can do that without disconnecting the camera. Get that out of the way a little bit. This little test will be more proof of concept to see if the board turns back on. If it does, I'm probably gonna off camera clean that area up some more. I'll probably reflow that again just to make sure that those joints are nice and solid. I don't want to leave those joints not looking great. Who knows, I may even try to put a solder lug down, pull that chip back off and try again, but I'm not going to do that on the video because, like I said, this is just proof of concept to show that that's why the board wasn't working. This isn't a, a video about beauty, a beauty contest. Let's see. Alright, I'm going to do this, so we're more concerned about USB activity than we are about the fan spinning, because the fan was already spinning. So right now we're sitting at 470 milliamps, which means that we have fixed this board, and as you can see, we have some USB blinking activity. So let's see if it blinks some more. If it starts blinking constantly, then we know that it's trying to load OS, which means this board is fixed. And of course the fan's going to spin high because the mouse trackpad isn't hooked up. Yep. And you can see it's blinking, so it's fixed. All because that little pad, pin 8 on U1950. So this board is fixed. Now, I know that's probably not good enough for you. So let's grab the chassis here. And their Wi-Fi screw is missing, so I'll probably add that back in for them. We'll just... Oh, also the microphone, the latch on the microphone is missing. I'll probably fix that too, just to be nice. I'll probably add that back in for them. Since I have a bunch of donor boards sitting around. Let's see, alright, we don't care about touchpad or anything else. Care about the board falling out of the chassis, but for now, we're just going to show an image on the screen, a blinking flash question mark folder, and we'll end this video right at a half an hour, which, yep, I said it should take you about a half an hour to fix this. If I wasn't doing a video, it would have taken me a lot less time, I imagine, but you know. Alright, let's see. Did I plug the screen in? I did. I didn't plug the speakers in though, so you couldn't hear a chime if there was a chime. Boy. Wow, lazy repair. There you go, flashing question mark folder. So this board's fixed. Anyway, this is Tim with Optimized Logic Repair. Wishing you a happy weekend, and if you need your MacBook, game console, or any electronic device repaired, feel free to drop us an email at www.optimizedlogicrepair.com. I'm sorry, support at optimizedlogicrepair.com is the email address. The website is optimizedlogicrepair.com. Have a good afternoon. See you on the next one.